Anthropic's Claude Mythos preview found thousands of zero-day vulnerabilities across every major operating system and browser, some of which were open for decades and were exploited completely autonomously by AI. Most of the cybersecurity community has been focused on what that means for threat hunters, security operations, and red teams. But basically, nobody is talking about what the impact is for cybersecurity professionals like me who work in governance, risk, and compliance, which is interesting because those are the people that would be held accountable when something goes wrong. In this video, I want to break down what Claude Mythos is, why it matters specifically for GRC and AI governance, and what I think it means for cybersecurity professionals going forward. Hi, my name is Andre, and I'm a cybersecurity specialist with over 4 years of experience in security operations and governance, risk, and compliance. If you haven't been following the release of Claude Mythos, here are the cliff notes. Claude Mythos Preview is Anthropic's most advanced AI model yet. You may be aware of Claude Opus 4.6, which has been the AI model everyone's been raving about for the last month or so. Well, Mythos Preview already significantly outperforms Opus 4.6, specifically in vulnerability exploitation. It's a general-purpose AI model that just happens to be extraordinarily good at finding and exploiting software vulnerabilities as a side effect of how advanced it is. In real-world testing, Claude Mythos became the first AI model to complete an end-to-end corporate network attack simulation that was estimated to take a human expert over 10 hours to complete. It even found a 27-year-old vulnerability in OpenBSD, which is considered to be one of the most security-hardened operating systems on the planet, and it also found 0 days in security and privacy-focused browsers like Firefox. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because of how advanced this model is, Anthropic has said it's too dangerous for full release, and instead has only made it available to top tech companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, CrowdStrike, Apple, and others via a coalition called Project Glasswing. The intent is to allow the world's top tech companies to get ahead in cybersecurity defense using Claude Mythos. Now that all sounds like an effort of good faith by Anthropic, but it poses a bigger question for cybersecurity GRC professionals in particular. What happens when Mythos class capabilities inevitably end up in the hands of adversaries? Because we know it will, and I don't think our governance practices are ready for it. So if you work in GRC, why should you care about this? Most people I've seen covering Mythos have skipped over the part of Anthropic's system card that I think matters the most for AI governance, the alignment section. AI alignment is the concept of training AI to adhere to human intentions, values, and goals. It essentially aims to prevent AI from acting in harmful, unpredictable, or potentially deceptive ways while it pursues its objectives. Anthropic says that Mythos is their best aligned model they've ever built. But at the same time, it poses the most alignment-related risk of any model they've ever released. In one case, when placed in a sandbox and told to try to escape, not only did the model escape, it also posted about its own exploit on publicly facing websites without being told to do so, basically flaunting its capabilities in the face of researchers. In another case, it found a way to edit files that it had no permissions to change and then went back into the Git history to remove all evidence that it had ever done so. And in yet another instance, Anthropic found that it has the ability to reason about gaming its internal evaluation systems while displaying something completely different to the researchers monitoring its thought process. Now, Anthropic seems to be pretty confident that these behaviors found in older versions of Mythos have been resolved, and that they're related to the AI just being really eager about completing its task and not related to some type of AI Terminator agenda. But from a governance perspective, that distinction, while somewhat calming, doesn't really matter. Because if you can't trace what an AI agent did, why it did it, and whether or not it's trying to hide something from you, you don't have governance. You have a liability. And I think that is the headline for all of this for GRC. Claude Mythos represents a massive advancement in agentic AI capabilities and highlights an inherent flaw about how we as humans use agentic AI. As AI tools become more advanced, we start to trust them with more and more things with higher levels of access and less human oversight, which makes their fallout even more dangerous. When an AI agent connects to your systems, queries your databases, and triggers your workflows, that's not an AI safety question. That's a deployment governance question. And that's not coming from me, that's coming from CrowdStrike, one of Project Glasswing's founding members. The issue is that most organizations have absolutely nothing in place for governing this new wave of agentic AI that's coming, and in many ways is already operational in enterprise environments. So the point of this video, how does that impact cybersecurity and governance? With all of that in mind, I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what to do, because I don't think anyone has a 100% certain idea of how this will impact the cybersecurity industry. Not me, not NIST, not even Anthropic. But I have been in the room facilitating audits and a part of conversations that craft policy that govern cybersecurity risk management. So I can tell you what the right conversations are, and I think that many organizations aren't having these conversations at all, and I think they're worth putting on the table. The first one is around Cadence. If AI can surface thousands of vulnerabilities in weeks, does the concept of an annual penetration test mean what it used to? I don't think so, but what replaces that and how auditors evaluate it is genuinely unclear. The same is true with patch management. The industry is probably accustomed to a 30-day vulnerability remediation window. And that made sense when human attackers needed time to weaponize a vulnerability. But 30 days is an eternity if Mythos can find and exploit vulnerabilities within a week. If AI completely humiliates that window, what does that mean for our concept of timely remediation? Secondly, there's a supply chain conversation that I personally find really interesting. Mythos found a 27-year-old vulnerability in OpenBSD, one of the most scrutinized pieces of software on the planet. If that's possible, what does a vendor questionnaire really tell us anymore? And what questions do we need to add to make sure that vendors are appropriately taking into account AI-augmented vulnerability management? And for open source dependencies specifically, Forrester brings up an interesting point that I keep on coming back to, that vulnerability management after Mythos might be less about finding bugs and more about funding people who are qualified enough to fix them. I think that's a very different risk model that most third-party risk management programs aren't equipped to handle right now. And number 3, as customary for GRC, there's the leadership level question. Anthropic's system card had an admission that I don't think enough people are paying attention to. Even Anthropic, the people who built this thing, said that not even they could fully predict how Mythos would behave in deployment. If that's true for them, what does that mean for leadership teams who are making risk decisions about AI tools they're buying from vendors? I think that's a conversation that GRC teams should be starting to lead instead of having it forced on them by a cybersecurity incident. Putting that proactive security the industry keeps raving about in practice. The honest truth is that the frameworks we typically rely on weren't built with the concept of vulnerability management at AI speed in mind. Whether they get updated and how auditors interpret them is still all very much in the air. And with the compliance clock already ticking with requirements from the EU AI Act taking effect later this year, I think GRC professionals who stay closest to these conversations are going to be in a much better position than the ones who are waiting for a definitive answer to be published. Thanks for watching this video. I'm really curious to know what you think about Claude Mythos, recent AI advancement, and which one of these conversations you think the industry is most behind on. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more content on tech, cybersecurity, and how they all interconnect. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.